Welcome back to Small Town Big Mouse. This is Nikki, your resident bartender.
And this is Amber, your one and only.
So I was just wondering if you guys noticed anything different about the room today. Anyone? You and I? Well, there's a couple things. First of all, as Amber mentioned a second ago, we had to retake. We're sitting in a different spot. So this is one of the studios that CMAC has. This is the Express studio?
This is the Express studio, and they are still working on it. So new changes are coming, and actually it was super simple to come in here and just hit record.
And we have these, like these mics on that they give you. They're like little, it's like a little fuzzy, like I want to put my makeup on with it.
Yeah, and I think this is going to make editing easier. Although they have 2 other cameras, we don't have them set up right now because I wasn't in the right mind today to say, hey, let me learn something new.
Yeah, and we weren't really prepared. Like my purse is on the floor right here. My water's back there. I think our hope was that we were going to sit down at, they had it, the way they had it before, it was like a desk, and then you recorded, was it like from behind you kind of? Because there was computer screens, and we thought maybe if we had to like show you something, we could look it up on the computer screen and then we could bring it up. Yeah,
that was the reason why I did book this room, was because I wanted to be able to learn how to do that and be able to have people on Zoom. Unfortunately, they're changing things around, but that's okay. So
we'll figure it out.
But do you notice what else is different?
Yeah, we're missing Misty.
We are missing Misty. So we have all decided that because life happens, and we know that from now on, it'll just be Nikki and I doing Small Town Big Mouse.
So it'll be now Small Town Big Mouse with Nikki and Amber?
Yeah, with Nikki and Amber. Oh, because I put, yeah.
I saw that. I was like, I like that. Okay.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, but so it'll be just the 2 of us with guests here and there, you know, and maybe we'll get lucky and have Missy join us when, you know, things calm down for her.
Yeah. So let's get right into it. I just recently came home from a trip to Vegas, and I drove. I didn't drive there. Let me say this. We left at 4 o'clock in the morning from Fresno when I got off work. So the girls took turns driving. I drove us into Vegas like the last, I think, maybe hour. We stopped at some rest stop and went in from there. So I drove us into Vegas, but the girls took turns driving because I had just gotten off work, and it's not really comfortable sleeping in the back seat of my car, but I managed to get a few hours of sleep before we got there. So kind of what I want to talk about is like travel.
Yes, I think this is a great topic. I think traveling solo or in a group, or who is your traveling partner, maybe there's someone you can't travel with, but you love them to death, right? I think more and more people are starting to travel solo. There's books about traveling solo.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't do well alone. Like getting there. I think if I got there, like I'd be okay alone, maybe. But like getting there, it's like being on the plane for so many hours or however long, and then not having anyone to talk to, and like, you know, where do we go? I have to figure it out on my own. There's not 2 brains to put together. Like, I feel like I'm pretty savvy when it comes to traveling because I've been a lot of places, but I also feel like you kind of miss out on a component because you don't have someone there to like
bounce ideas off of.
Yeah, watch your back. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you're someplace, I don't want to say sketchy, but like there's a lot of places, like even in the airport, that you don't want to like be alone, turn your back. Like, have you flown someplace by yourself before?
I have flown a couple times by myself, and I really don't mind it. Nowhere far. I've done Arizona, Vegas. I flew to Texas by myself. That doesn't really bother me, because then I'm like, okay, I know where I'm going. I'm not like, hey, are you keeping up? So I don't mind that.
I think it's the international part for me.
I think, yeah.
I flew to New York by myself. I met my friend there. She was already there, and I just flew there.
See, and I think that's part of it too. It's like if you know where you're going, or if there's somebody there, because really, for my big trip that I did for my 40th, I wanted to go to Thailand, but I didn't want to go by myself. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. Yeah. Like, it's not like I could just use my phone because our phones won't work over there. So that held me back.
Our phones will work over there.
Oh, well, see, she knows because more than I do.
And Amber and I are taking a trip in February somewhere, undisclosed location as of thus far. We're looking at Bali and Thailand. But anyway, so you wanted to go to Thailand, but didn't have anyone to go. That's a big deal. I don't know. I have friends that have went places by themselves. Like, I have a friend that went to Portugal by herself. I've already been, so I probably could go to Portugal by myself, but I don't really know that I would want to go to like Thailand by myself, even though I've already been there too.
So it's a good thing that I didn't do it.
It just, I think because in Thailand, there's such a huge language barrier, and depending on where you go, you know, Portugal, there's a lot of people that speak English. Italy, there's people that speak English. Thailand, depending on where you go, like in Bangkok, of course, there's probably going to be a lot of people that speak English.
Right.
But the first time we went to Koh Samui, and there were people that spoke English, but not like everywhere.
I'm like, Google Translate, please help.
And your phone does work there. It's just a matter of, this is also for people that haven't been to those places. You just call your phone company. I have Verizon, and I think when we went at the time I had AT&T, but it was like you called and it was like $10 a day, and you had like Wi-Fi everywhere, just like you would use it at home.
Yeah.
Exactly how you'd use it at home. And I never ran out of like megabytes or data or whatever the hell it is. You guys know I am not technical. So I never ran out of anything to like, so I was always using it.
See, I think that's my biggest concern. And I don't think anybody was really willing. I wanted to be gone for 14 days, a day there, a day back. And then like, you know, you need to like try to figure out your whole schedule because you're in a different time zone. And nobody was like, okay, let's be gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But then I met Nikki, and Nikki's like, let's go. So.
I mean, I got 10 days for her. This is what I'm working with. But I'm going to be the planner. So we're going to have like the most impactful trip that we can have in those 10 days.
Which is nice because I feel like I'm always the planner, and I'm like, okay, I'm down.
And so I took a cue from Amber, you guys, and this is also for people that may not know. I literally for Vegas went to Chat GPT and I plugged in, make me a 2-day itinerary, staying at Harrah's the first night, including dinner at Happy Camper at 5:30, staying at the D on Fremont Street the next day, putting in Andiamo for dinner there at 7 o'clock. We wanted to take we did a trip to the dispensary. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, New Woo. It's the only dispensary, I think, in the United States where you can like legally smoke inside. It's like a lounge, but it's on Indian property, so they get away with it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that, and then I included like Tina and Autumn, meeting up with Tina and Autumn, and I just put all this stuff in there, and it spit me out this itinerary, and it was great. We basically followed the itinerary.
I mean, it just helps coordinate things, and I think you're a thinker like me or a planner, so instead of like figuring out like the little details, it's like it does it for you, and so you're like, cool, that's one less thing to worry about.
And it was, did you use that for your 40th birthday?
I did and I didn't.
Okay.
I had it just kind of reformat everything because I already kind of knew what we were doing and when.
Well, I already had reservations, so I plugged those times in, and it was, it was cool. It actually, like, we went to Area 15 and it put that in there. It did all the things for me. And there's another thing, it's called Trip It. Have you heard of this?
I have.
Okay, so it's an app.
I have that, actually.
You might. So it's an app, and every time you, like, get an email or download something or whatever from an airline or whatever, it pops it into this app, and all you have to do is open the app, and it also has an itinerary for you. And like, you can click on the places that you want to go, and it'll take you to the website. It's very cool. I used it. This is the 3rd trip I've used it for, and I really, really like it.
Nice. I mean, I know that it does track like your flights and all of that stuff, and it keeps track of like your past trips too, which is kind of cool because you're like, when was the last time that I did XYZ? So I do like that part. So Trip It,
trip it.
Check it out.
And let me give some more information while we were here. I didn't use this, but this is a good thing for people to do. If you are going someplace and you are going to rent a car, I have used now 3 times Turo, Turo. It's an app. And what it is you plug in where you're going, what time you're going to get there, what time you're going to leave, and it generates all these cars that people or companies or people own, and they rent out their car to you. And it's generally cheaper than renting a car. And what was crazy was when we went to Chicago and we used it, the car automatically had the toll thing on it. Now, sometimes when you go and rent a car, it's extra to pay for that toll thing.
It is.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that's freaking cool. So I think there was one place where we had to pay a toll, and that was like Indiana or something.
Yeah, because in Miami, we had to pay like $25 a day for the toll. And in Miami, there's
tolls everywhere.
Everywhere you go.
Right.
So that was
because you guys rented from a dealership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, we did.
Yeah.
So I do want to talk about, I pulled up some information
about solo travel.
On solo traveling, the pros and cons. So the first one says complete freedom, because I agree. You can go wherever you want. You're not thinking about like, is so-and-so ready? That's one of my biggest things is
because you're a planner.
I'm a planner, and I know how long it takes me to get ready. Yeah. Even like if I'm getting like totally done, max hour.
Yeah.
In and out of the shower.
Me too.
Done 1 hour at the most. I mean, when I'm getting ready for work, I could do like 35 minutes. With a shower, but that's not really getting like glammed up, you know.
You're not going out; you're going to work.
And like once I'm ready, I like to go. Yeah, I don't like to wait around. I'm like, come on, people. So that's one thing about traveling solo. So I understand that.
Well, this is why we travel well together too.
Yes.
Amber and I actually travel very well together.
Yes.
I appreciate going places and doing things with Amber because I think we're a lot alike.
I think so too. Yeah. And actually, so my friend Sarah, we'd never traveled together, and we were on the cruise together, and we've never stayed overnight anywhere. So we really didn't know how each other were going to do. And it was like 2 peas in a pod. I told her, I was like, I will travel with you anywhere, because it was easy. And we're in such a small space.
Yeah.
Like our schedules were the same. We actually even brought like the same clothes. I'm like, hey, I have that. Like, it was kind of really nice. So I really enjoyed.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love when you find someone good to travel with.
Yeah. I feel like I've had pretty good experiences with people I've traveled with. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's certain things that we would change about certain people or whatever, but I've never really had like a bad experience.
Well, and I feel like you are very much, and me too, because I'm in a new place or doing something that I want to be doing that I planned. I'm not going to let that shit ruin my time.
Yeah.
Like, you're not ready? Cool, I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to go downstairs.
Meet you downstairs.
Yeah, exactly. I'll meet you at the coffee shop. I'll meet you down in the lobby. I'll meet you down wherever. But I'm not sticking around.
Yeah.
Because I get bored, and then I'm going to start bugging the people. Like, are you done? Are you ready? What are you doing? Like, can you fix that? Can you go? Can we?
I'm going to go lay down, and I might pass out.
Yeah, that too.
That's what I'm afraid of.
That
I'm like,
too.
You know, even like, if I'm ready, even at home, like that's why I kind of like driving places by myself, because when I'm ready to go, like I'm ready to leave. And then the other night, like I had Bunko, and I asked Michaela to do my makeup for Mad Hatter theme. And of course, I'm last minute get ready, and you know she's trying to be a perfectionist and do my makeup, and I'm like, come on. So both of my friends show up to pick me up, and I wasn't even dressed yet.
Oh, no.
And so for me, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Even though they were a few minutes early. Right. It was annoying.
Oh my God, and don't ever fucking come early for me. You know that already.
I'm very punctual. So when they showed up and I wasn't ready, then I feel even more rushed, because I don't like to be the person waiting. Yeah. So then I feel like they're waiting. They're like, it's okay, take your time. And I'm like, no. Like,
because if it was me, I would be like, hurry up, let's go chop chop.
Yeah, like, come on, let's move it along.
I can't even have, like, Tia will come over to my house when I'm getting ready for work or getting ready to do, like today she came over and she knew. She's like, what, are you sleeping all day? I'm like, no, I have to go meet Amber. We're doing, okay, I'm going to go then. She knew. Like, she already knows, like, don't be over here bugging me, because it holds me up.
I mean, even in the mornings, like even my kids know, like, do not talk to me. Like, I know how much time I have. Don't come in here getting my brain going. Like, I'm already focused. Leave me alone.
Hyper focused.
Oh, sometimes. Okay, so another thing is personal growth. Traveling solo forces you to step out of your comfort zone, helping you become more self-reliant, resourceful, and confident. You can also get more time for self-reflection. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we don't want to look at ourselves in the mirror, but when you're solo traveling,
there's nobody else but you. Yeah.
You talk to yourself.
Yeah. And I feel like I do talk to myself. I feel like traveling, I haven't done it yet, but I really want to. And I just feel like it's grounding for you. Do you know what I mean?
It kind of brings me peace.
Yeah. No one to worry about, do they want to do this? I don't care if they want to do this. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like having to worry about other people. I like being with other people, and that's why I like to find good people to travel with, like you, my friend Debbie. I don't really know who else I've traveled like with that has been, you know, like that perfect fit.
Yeah.
You and my friend Debbie, my friend Charlene. There's a couple that I can think of, and if I'm missing someone, I feel bad. But it just, when it comes easy, that's what I like. I don't like having to like be on top of people or babysit them. I don't.
So one thing about me, like, so me and my mom will go to Vegas, and we're going in a couple weeks, and I'm like, okay, I'm going up to the room. Like, I'm done. I don't want to gamble. And she'll be like, okay. And I like that. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead, sit down here, do your thing, you know, come up to the room. I mean, there's been times where I'm out hanging out with friends or whatever in Vegas, and she's like,
in the room.
She's going to the room. So, I mean, it's just,
I feel like Vegas is different though, because there's always something to do.
yeah, but I'm going in a couple weeks. I'm really, even though as much as I didn't want to go to Vegas again, I was like, you know, I'm going to take this opportunity. My flight's already taken care of. My room's free. I'm going to go and I'm going to decompress.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a staycation for me at this point.
Yeah.
Just to not have to worry about work or do anything else. I mean, I'll probably still work, but you know what I mean?
You need to go and do a spa. Like,
yeah, I need a good rub down is what I need.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing it says on here is that it's easier to meet locals. That's like a pro. But it says solo travelers are often more approachable, leading to richer cultural experiences through interactions with locals or other travelers.
Yeah, but see, that sounds scary to me too.
That does sound scary. Although, like, I'm super fucking friendly. So if I'm at a bar by myself and I see, like, even a couple,
No,
I'm like,
I get
hey,
it.
you
but
know?
like, I don't know these people. That's where like I like being with you, because I know you'll talk to people, but it's not that I don't want to talk to them. I think I just worry too much that like they're creepy or they're going to like fucking harvest my, you know, fucking organs.
Well, so the cons are loneliness, safety concerns. It says being alone may make you more vulnerable to scams, theft, or safety risks. The cost, traveling solo means you're paying for everything and not splitting the cost with a group. And sometimes we get burnt out on being the one that makes the decisions.
Yeah.
So those were the cons.
Yeah, those are definitely cons. Wait, read them again. There was one that's like stuck in my mind.
Loneliness, safety concerns, the cost, and making all the decisions.
Okay. Maybe it was just the loneliness. Well, the cost part is like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's cheaper when it's just me, because I am very much like,
You're very generous.
yeah, like, let me pay for that. Help. Let me do that. Let's have this. I got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just who I am. I'm not ever going to change that. And I don't plan on it. But maybe if I was alone, I wouldn't be doing so much. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe, but sometimes you meet somebody at the bar and some other lady, and you're like, you know what, let me buy this round, or let's go to dinner. Maybe somebody else is solo traveling. So, but I do get that too, because sometimes when I go with people, sometimes I feel like I spend more than I normally would have. But I do like sharing the cost of things.
You just said it too. Maybe more people are solo traveling, because while we were deciding on what we were going to talk about, we kind of looked up a few things, and 2024 is like the year of the solo traveler.
What'd you say, 70%?
Yeah, it was like something like 70%. It was like a percentage of something, and then like 70% of those people, it was like 42% of travelers plan on taking a solo trip in 2024. A global study found that nearly 70% plan to take at least one solo trip in 2024. And that was a global study done by American Express.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the first time I ever solo traveled was right before COVID, and it was for work. And so then, like, I would go and have
Where
dinner.
did you go?
Santa Monica. So I flew down, stayed right across the street from the pier. There's a great steakhouse right there. So I'd go over there for dinner and order my bottle of wine, my nice steak dinner, because, you know, everything's paid for.
Yeah.
And then I'd go over and I would bring my half a bottle of wine and go sit at the bar. And the bartender was super friendly. I met other people that were there for work. And I think I actually still have them on my social media. So, I mean, it just kind of, you know, I think that was the first time, and it was strange now that I look back on it. But I think it also gave me the confidence to go ahead and, like, go wherever.
Yeah.
Now.
And I don't think it matters if you're a girl or a guy. We had this conversation on the way to Vegas. Bobby Joe was saying something about Mexico and being afraid and this and that. And I've gotten a lot of flack for a lot of the trips that I've taken because, like, Mexico, some people are just like, they trip out on that, like, Mexico's not safe. I went to the Dominican Republic when they were at war with Haiti, but the Dominican Republic is an island, okay? And half of it is the Dominican and half of it is Haiti. Like, I was all the way on the other side of the island. I was not near any war that was going on.
Right.
And it wasn't like, I mean, the war between Haiti and the Dominican wasn't like a World War II scenario. You know what I mean? It was just, there's bad blood. That was it. You don't go to Haiti, they don't come to the Dominican. That was just how it was. And it just was some bad blood going on between them. It wasn't like they were blowing each other up or anything, as far as I could tell, because I researched it. But I was telling Bobby Joe too, like, when you go to these places, you just don't flash your money. Don't be so drunk that you're not paying attention. Don't, you know, take drinks or drugs or anything from strangers. Like, there's just things. Yeah.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
Exactly. And it's like, these are just common sense things that I'm like,
well, you know, common sense isn't as common these days, right?
I know.
I mean, you probably see it a lot more than I do.
I do. But traveling, I just feel like a lot of people let it deter them from not doing things that they want to do because they're, you know, Mexico's a great place to go to.
Yeah, it is.
And I told Bobby Joe, you know, yeah, there's cartel there. Sure there is, absolutely. But even the cartel knows that if you're in a touristy town and you're spending money, they're going to get their money because they're shaking down the people that own these. And I'm not saying it's right, but this is just the way it works. They're letting the tourists come in and not bothering them as much because they know that the money that's being made by those people is going to them in the long run because they're shaking them down for their money. Definitely. So, I mean, yeah, our money's going to spend on cartels, but they're also kind of leaving people alone. And you go to the touristy spots. You don't go to places where, like, nobody goes. You don't walk on the beach alone at night. Yeah. You don't go downtown alone at night. These are just things you don't do.
Well, like, I want to go to Rosarito. Yeah. I want to drive down there, and take the kids. But, like, I didn't want to go down there by myself and two girls. I don't even know how to speak Spanish, so I'm like, I feel like I'd be really screwed. I know. I think we've talked about going. So, and the Airbnb, it's like a cheap. Yeah. You know, it's a 5-6 hour drive. So you could go for a 3-night. Yeah. And it's not too expensive. You can get an Airbnb right on the water.
Yeah, it's not bad. But again, yeah, you need to pay attention. And also, yeah, you're taking your daughters, but, like, they're kids. They're not paying attention. You got to pay attention for them. You know what I mean? Like, and even some adults, you got to pay attention for them. Right. So what else you got on that list over there?
Well, let's see here. So, traveling with a group, the pros. You get shared experiences. You get to create memories with your friends or family. The shared expenses, of course, for accommodation, transportation, safety in numbers. And then it says division of labor, responsibilities like planning, booking, navigating which reduces the pressure. I mean, I do feel that...
I don't allow that, so...
Hey, I guess maybe because I trust your choices with traveling. So
and I
I'm
trust
like,
you, but like, I'm not just going to let anyone like fucking, okay, you book the rooms, you get the car.
Yeah,
No. I do not need to be checking up on you. So like, I know you can do that. You know what I'm saying? I can do that.
Right.
But there's certain people where I'd be like,
did you book the room yet?
Do I trust them to do that? And it's not that I don't trust them per se.
Right.
I just don't want to be on top of someone babysitting them.
That's my biggest thing. And that's the hardest part about dating. It's like, I don't need another child. It is like by far the worst timing for dating these days. But anyways.
Wait, have you ever went somewhere with a man that booked the trip?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not even my husband.
Okay.
He's like, here's the money, or I book and I'm like, okay, it costs this or whatever, and he'll like shoot the money.
Yeah.
But like I would pay for it and then he would just pay me back. But the only other time that I've gone somewhere was my dad and his wife took me and the girls to Mexico, and they planned everything.
Well,
my stepmom.
I was just going to say, I'm guessing your dad's a good planner because you're a good planner.
It's my stepmom.
Is she a good planner?
Yeah, she plans all their trips. My dad just pays for it.
Right.
That's what men are supposed to do.
I think it depends on like how traveled the person is too, though. Yes, that is.
I'm like, did that just go over Nikki's head?
Yeah, no, I got you. But see, my second ex-husband, that guy didn't plan anything. Like I planned everything, and he just went. And what's so crazy is he hated to fly.
Oh.
So I would plan these trips, and then it was just fucking miserable for him. And I just kept planning them though, because I like to travel.
Yeah.
And at the time we had the money to do all these things. So like when he was home for 2 weeks, we would like, okay, let's go to Vancouver for 2 days. Let's go down to Mexico for a couple days.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh my God. And then the time we went to Vancouver, this is when I realized we're sitting in the plane, and it's Air Canada, right? And there's like a fucking running joke about Canadians not being smart. I don't know one way or the other. I think that Canadians are very nice people.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're not smart. I think there's that in every culture. So we're sitting on the plane, and this guy's like, babe, you hear that noise? And I'm like, yeah, that's this. That's the landing gear. That's this. Been on enough flights, I know. Mind you, this man was in the Gulf War, so he flew over there, okay, because he didn't walk.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh my God. He goes, we're on Air Canada? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, is the pilot Canadian? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, probably. And he's like, now he's getting loud. And I'm just like, Jason, shut up. There's other people on the plane.
Yeah.
And then something happened. It was probably the air brakes or whatever. It made like a funky noise. And he was like, oh my God, did you guys hear that? We're going down. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It was so fucking embarrassing, first of all. And second of all, I'm like, you're a grown ass adult. Like, have you been on a plane? This is like our third trip together. Like, and then that was when it dawned on me. I was like, how the fuck did you get over to the Gulf? He's like, on a plane. I was like, okay. I said, now suddenly, like,
with a Valium.
Like, yeah, he goes, I didn't like it then either. And I was like, oh my God, he was such a freak.
Yeah. Well, there's some people that won't fly at all. And for me, at this point, if I'm traveling somewhere on a train, plane, boat, and something happens, it's my time.
That's what I say.
I mean, now jumping out of a plane, I used to want to do that.
I still do.
I'm cool. I like my feet on the ground.
Do you like to fly though? Like, do you like it? Like, I love to fly. I think it's for me. I know I'm getting on that plane and I'm getting the fuck out of wherever I'm at.
Yeah. I mean, I do think about like crashing.
You do?
Yeah.
See, I don't think about
but it doesn't get me all like weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, if it happens, it happens.
Well, I mean, if it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah. If it's my time, for sure.
But I love to fly. Yeah. I love to like get in the car and go, not around town. Like, I'll go on a road trip and I'm good. But if I just don't like to drive around town, but a road trip, I'm cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. It's been a few months, so it's time.
So let's ask this question. You guys can answer, when you see this episode. for people that travel, what is the longest time you can be home without like
getting the itch,
going fucking bonkers?
Oh, that's so funny because I just saw somebody today, and he manages where I work and like the building, and so I don't always see him. And he's like, "So what days are you here this week?" Because I only go in twice a week. And then he was like, "How do you only work 2 days a week and you're always traveling?" And I'm like, "Well, I can send you my subscription link." Joking, I do not do OnlyFans. But I'm like, I work. I'm only here twice a week,
right.
You know?
You
and
work
I was
from
like,
home and they don't see that.
Yeah, and I'm like, and honestly, like I haven't been anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to Morro Bay. We went away for a night. But as far as like a vacation, since June, and I'm itching like crazy right now. I'm like, get me out of here.
I think people think because they see you on social media, like this is another thing. Like, oh my God, where'd you just go? Where'd you just come home from? I'm like, well, I went here for one night. Like, I went here for 2 nights. To me, that's not a vacation. That's a small getaway. But like a vacation to me is like a week.
Yeah.
Like away from work. When I go do something, it's my days off, it's my weekend. So it's just like anyone else doing something on their weekend. It's
Absolutely.
It's just that my weekend is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and they look at that like, oh my God, you're traveling during the week? Yeah, during your week,
that's my days off.
Exactly.
I think, because I haven't gone to my dad's for a while, and I really like going there. I feel like peaceful there. And his birthday's coming up, so I was telling Michaela, because now her schedule's different, I was like, we need to plan a weekend, because she hasn't even been there, because anytime we've gone, it's been just me and Maya, and it's been a few months. So I'm like, I think I need to go see my dad.
Yeah.
I need to go see my dad for a weekend.
Well, it'll be nice and peaceful, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nice and relaxing, and it's just,
because also
my dad cooks for me.
The flip side that people don't see of those, just, you know, me taking a day trip here or a day trip there or 2 days, it's a fucking lot of work. Like, I came home and I got home last night. We drove home. We didn't leave Vegas till like, it was almost 8 o'clock. And we stopped at the 7 Rocks or 7 Mountains or whatever the fuck they are.
I've never done that either.
It was fucking super cool. I took some great pictures at night in the dark that look like daylight. It's crazy because my phone has like some night mode thing on it. Cody was showing me. She has an iPhone. She's like, try this. I did it, and I was like, why does it look like I took a picture during the day? It's crazy. But anyway, so stop there. Then, like, you know, there's stops on the way home. You got to pee. You got to eat. You got to da-da. So by the time we got home, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So now I got to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like being at work. I came home at 2 o'clock. I unpacked my luggage. Now I got to go to work tonight. So did I really have a vacation? I don't know.
And that was your weekend. That is like a weekend for me, you know. So
it's go.
Yeah, it's not a vacation.
Right. It's not. At all. I went out of town, but it wasn't a vacation because I wasn't relaxed.
Yep.
To me, a vacation is like you're going to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been to Vegas. You've been to Vegas. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So, okay, you brought up like how you guys stopped multiple times. Mm-hmm. So for me, I'm an A to B person. I do not like to stop.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That's just like, I guess it really just depends, but I like to get to where I'm going and then like unpack, get everything situated.
But what if there's stuff on the way to see? Like we stopped at the Liberty Sculpture Park, which
then it needs to be planned.
It kind of was.
It's like, okay, I just want to know. Like, I need to know. I don't know why.
The 7 Mountains, that was planned for the way home, but it was also planned to be in the daylight.
Yeah.
Because I didn't plan on. We went and got $10 tattoos. Look, I got a new one right here, and I got a new one right here. $10 at the $10 tattoo place. Well, Bobby Joe decided that she was going to do this $100 blindfolded.
Mystery.
I'm like, what? The bitch has never had a tattoo and decides that's what I'm going to get.
Yeah.
I said, what? I said, Bobby Joe, this is going to be on their body for the rest of... And then it's like, where do you guys think...
on her arm,
Well,
too.
she was like, where do you think I should put it? I'm like, I think you should put it wherever you want to put it. Do you want to see it every day? I mean, I don't know where you should put it. Don't ask me. They wouldn't do it on her back.
Why?
I can't remember why. I think it had to be like from here to here or here to here. They have like some crazy stipulations at this place where we went.
I would have done it right here so I could hide it if I didn't like it.
Well... It's a nice tattoo.
I saw it.
Yeah. So me, I would have been disappointed because I like color. So if you put just a black and white tattoo on me, like this one, this was $10, but I added the color, so that was another $10. So I paid $20, whatever. Yeah. This one is perfect. It's black and white. I don't care. But if you see, my tattoos are all colored. So I don't want something that's just black and white on me. I would have paid extra to have like some color in it, but whatever. But I thought it was crazy because she didn't have one single tattoo and this is what she chose. And I'm like, okay, well, why don't you have a tattoo already? Why? And she was like, because I could never decide what to get. So this is perfect for me. Someone else is choosing. And I'm like,
that's not how you do tattoos.
That is not how this works.
But I mean, hey, she likes it. That's what matters.
Likes it. And it's crazy because it almost looks like her daughter.
Oh.
Yeah. When he was doing it, I looked at Cody, I said, doesn't that not look like Trinity a little bit? And she's like, oh my God, it does. But the chick has like a sunflower on her hat. It's an elephant, like all the things Bobby Joe, you know, they give you can give them 3 words. Well, this girl wrote a fucking half an essay. You know, I'm kind of a country girl. I like this. And they're looking for 3 words.
Yeah,
like,
they want 3 keywords.
Elephants, sunflowers, purple.
Yeah.
No, this girl went and wrote a whole fucking paragraph, which is in true Bobby Joe fashion, so it's all good.
Although you did steal her from me on Sunday.
I did. I did. Sorry, I know the Raiders had a thing going on.
Yeah, it's okay.
That made it a little crazy too because there was a game going on.
Oh, that's right. And they're preparing for NASCAR, which this episode will air after NASCAR.
Formula One.
Or Formula One.
Yeah.
NASCAR Formula.
I don't know if they're the same thing, but all I know is...
See, we're stupid.
We're not. All I know is the taxi driver was telling me it's a 10-year contract. So all this shit that's going on in Vegas is going to be like this for 10 years. You can't get in front of the Bellagio to see the fountains.
Oh, because they have it all blocked off. Wow.
You can't even walk on that side of the street.
I'm going to have to ask my dad where they're staying because they're going to that.
When they're going to Formula One? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. It's crazy how it looks.
But it'll be cleaned up by the time I go. Because once they're done with that, they have to clear the streets. Just like the last thing that they just did there.
I don't know if it'll be cleared by the time you go.
They do it like overnight. It's crazy.
Well, why don't they put it up overnight?
Because it's not that easy. But taking it down is easier, I guess. I think it takes like a day or 2.
We'll see.
I mean, hopefully that's like 2 weeks.
I know. I honestly don't know. I just know that like listening to the Uber drivers and people talk about it, this is a whole like 10-year thing that goes on. Yeah. And I know it went on in Long Beach, and there's still parts of Long Beach that are messed up from it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I shall return back with some answers on that.
We'll get confirmation from Amber what that's going to be like because it makes for an interesting driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not. Well, you're not going to be driving. Do not recommend.
But I am staying at the MGM Grand this time.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not at Bellagio.
Oh, okay. I like the MGM.
I haven't even. It's okay. I feel like they need to remodel.
Well, I stay in the signature suites, the backside. The 3 towers.
Okay, yeah. I haven't stayed there. Yeah. I haven't stayed in that one. Oh, the signature MGM. Yeah. MGM Grand. So, although I do have a strip view room, so we'll see. I don't have any like dead set plans.
Yeah.
I just need to get away. That's all.
Gotcha.
So, let's see. What else is there?
I don't know. I thought you had more on that list over there.
Oh, let's see
if I have more on my list over here.
Because I can edit this.
They were saying that we were talking about safety. Medical emergencies are the primary worry for solo travelers. 22% cite fears of crime and personal safety. So 46% people worry about like something happening to them, getting hurt, breaking a leg, doing whatever. So this year, 2024, the global solo travel market is projected to reach $482.5 billion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It says some say that solo travel is a chance to connect with yourself and savor the world at your own pace. And that's what I definitely agree with. This source specified that 76% of Gen X and millennials are the ones that are planning to do all this traveling in 2024.
I definitely
No,
think.
you're a millennial, right?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't feel like one.
I know, but I'm a Gen X. So see, this is speaking to us.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, so the cons of group traveling, it says limited flexibility, potential conflicts, spending a lot of time together in stressful situations, delayed flights, getting lost can lead to arguments or tension, slower pace because coordinating multiple people's pace can be hard, and less personal time. So you can't really find time to do the things that you want to do.
Yes.
So are you more up to doing a solo trip now with this information? Or just traveling with me forever?
Yeah, that second thing. I don't know about doing the solo thing. It just really, like I said, even though I've traveled all over, I guess maybe because I've traveled all over too, it scares me. I would never just like hop on a plane and go someplace I've never been and just by myself.
So I will say that I do have, like, I don't have a bucket list, but one of the things that I've always said I wanted to do is just go to the airport.
Yes.
And get the next flight out.
I literally don't think they do that anymore, though.
Why?
I don't know. I fucking feel like I read this somewhere. Like, you can't just walk up to a ticket counter and buy a ticket for the next plane that's leaving to wherever.
Oh, because they do have it separated by different airlines.
Right.
So,
but also, like, most flights are sold out nowadays.
Well, okay, maybe I'll just have to pick some within the week and be like, spin the wheel.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's something that I wanted to do.
What if you just wrote some stuff on paper and like put it in the thing and pulled it out?
Well, like spin the wheel kind of deal. Yeah, like something like that. Because there is like different states I'd want to check out. Like I've never been to New York, so I'd want to check that out. I've never been to Colorado, so I'd love to see that. I wouldn't mind doing like Aspen or, winter, but you got to be like Richie Rich for that.
Also, you have to drive in the snow.
Well, not if you're Richie Rich. You just have like
well, we're not.
Well, I want to pretend one day if I'm doing this like random trip out of nowhere, without planning and budgeting.
Yeah.
So there's different places that I would want to go and check out, but
I've been to both those places that you named, so I don't know.
She's like, been there, done that.
Yeah, I've been a lot of places in the United States, so
yeah. Well, look at you.
I know. Well, I thought I would just do it all after I traveled internationally, but. Yeah. It's become a hobby.
I think solo is good for in your own country, but leaving the country, it's probably, better to travel with somebody or at least have, what you're doing.
Right. And if you do want to do solo travel, there's tons of
solo groups
on Facebook. Yes, tons of them. Mm-hmm. And let me just give a shout out to GLT, Girls Love Travel. This is a group that I joined years and years and years ago. And it's, sorry guys that are listening, it's only girls, but there are solo travel groups out there for all different kinds of people. But this one's only for girls, and it's really been informative. Like, these girls have been everywhere you could imagine. So if you have any questions or anything about how to get your money back on Airbnb, things to do for travel, things to for the airport, little tips and hacks and shit.
Hey, all travel hacks are welcome.
Any travel hacks are welcome.
Yeah, definitely. So if you have some, go ahead and drop it in the comments.
Yes, we love travel hacks.
All right. Well, I think we should wrap it up, Nikki.
Let's wrap it up.
With that, I'm going to say Roger that.
Roger that.